Today I'm going to show you how I actually create my Pinterest pins really fast. So I'm not using Canva in this video. I'm going to show you a tool that's called Ideogram, and I'm going to put the link down below. And by the way, it is my affiliate link, just so you know. But let's say for this specific topic, for this specific blog post, I don't have any pins right now. But as you can see, I have to schedule it for Sunday. And by the way, if you want this Pinterest content calendar, you can get it down below. Of course, it's going to be empty. Um, but yeah, let's create the images, so the pins for this specific topic. So I created my GPT. Now this is trained specifically for me, for my business. So I can't share it because obviously I have a specific style. Or multiple styles actually, because on Pinterest, I'm testing out different things. So I'm just gonna give it, I'm gonna say this is my blog title. And now it's gonna give me, at least I've trained it, to give me 10 click-worthy titles, Pinterest titles, that are gonna be included in the pin. So yes, this ideogram is going to generate a Pinterest pin even with the text on it. I'm not going to do anything but copy paste the prompt. So first, let's see what should you include in a social media content calendar. Let's see how to perfect your social media content calendar. Key elements of a, yeah, I like this one. So I like number 4. So it's going to include this specific title in the prompt, but first it's going to ask me, because I've trained it, right, to if I want to incorporate my brand colors, and let's say I don't. Because I don't care about branding on Pinterest because you can use any kind of colors there and you're still gonna, when I stopped branding myself like specifically with my brand colors all the time, I still do it. But when I stopped like focusing super on like my brand colors, I started reaching more people because I could create whatever I wanted, right? So I'm going to say I don't want the brand colors. Do I want this specific description of a woman, right? Because usually for social media, I do a beautiful woman that's typing on her laptop and blah, blah, blah. And let's say I don't want that, but I need to tell the tool which style I want the image to be. So let's say we want 3D cartoon animation. Okay, now it's going to generate my prompt. So you can generate your prompts however you want, okay? But this is how I do it because it's very simple. So I just copy my prompt and then I go to Ideogram, okay? So I think I'm paying $8, $9 per month because I use 2 other tools, which I'm going to show you in another video. But you can actually pay $20. You can generate more images. You have, for example, uh, a capability or whatever, an option to set the all of your images that this tool is going to generate to private so no one can see them. I can't do that because I'm paying $8, $9, $10. I don't know how much it is. But yeah, I like it. You can also generate your own custom palette if you pay $20 per month. As I said, I don't need that. So I paste the AI prompt in here. It has the title, it has my URL, as you can see, and then the description of what kind of image should this pin have. I usually just choose auto. You could play around with different settings like realistic if you want a more realistic image. Always, if you're creating Pinterest pins, always choose the aspect ratio 9:16. Okay. And then I just click generate and it takes a little bit of time, like maybe 10 seconds to generate 4 images. So we are gonna soon see what it created. Does it create perfect images? Sometimes I get 4 perfect images, sometimes I don't. Okay, so let's see. Now it's generated key elements of a winning content calendar, and there's basically the description, right, of this 3D cartoon animation of a desk, blah, 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 blah. So this is okay-ish. Is it perfect? Of course not. Can I use it? Of course. I'm just gonna download it. And you see begincomparadise.com. So it wrote all of this text. It created the image. I just had to put a prompt in. Now, one thing that I've noticed is if the title, right, that you want on the image is too long, it's going to make mistakes. It's going to make mistakes also in your URL. Let me just, how do you close that? So it's going to make mistakes in your URL and so on. So let's see, key elements of a winning content calendar. Now, this is kind of hard to read, but I think it's still good. So I'm going to use this. Key elements of a content calendar. Okay, I think this is going to work. Maybe it's not the best title. So you have to play around and see for yourself. So, whoops, I clicked away. Key elements of a winning content calendar. Big income paradise, I think it says. So there we go. So we got 4 images that we can actually use. Now, the more you use this tool, let's say the next is this blog post that, let's say I don't have images. I don't know if I do or not. I'm just going to do the same thing. So this is the title of my blog post. And I can actually add that Spring Instagram captions, or I'm going to say the main keyword is Spring Captions. So now it's going to use the Spring Captions 100% in my titles. So let's see, 100 plus, yeah, there's 100 plus killer Spring Captions to boost engagement. Must try captions. Ooh, do you see? ChatGPT is not perfect. I trained it that if my blog title has the number, it has to put it in the first place of the title. And I've trained it also that if the main keyword is this, it is not supposed to change it. So here, the best spring Instagram captions. It should say spring captions. So I'm going to just remind it. Now I'm showing you this all live, basically how it works, how you have to communicate with ChatGPT or whatever tool you're using. Just point out the mistakes. I trained you to write the number uh, from my blog title in the first section of my Pinterest title. Oops, Pinterest title. Also, if I mention the keyword, you have to use it exactly as I wrote it. So you see, AI tools are not perfect. When people say, oh, AI is going to take over, no, you still have to you see, like, I've trained it and it still makes mistakes. So let's see, 100 spring captions to boost engagement. I think I like this one. So I like number 1. We're going to go with number 1, and I'm going to show you the whole process again. And I think we're not going to get all 4 images that are going to be perfect, because I think the more I use Ideogram, that's at least my experience, the more I use it, the less images I get that are good, right? So if I started using it right now, so this is the first time today that I'm using it. So let's see. Now, let's say I want my brand colors. So yes, Then second, let's say yes. And which one should I show you? So we use 3D cartoon animation. Let's do digital hand drawing illustration. And now it's going to generate the prompt, which you just copy and paste. And by the way, if it's gonna help you a little bit, I can share my prompt. This one, let's say, I'm gonna share it below this video, so you can maybe model it and test it out and so on. So we're gonna copy and paste it in here. I always make sure that aspect ratio is 9:16 because sometimes, even though I mostly use this size, sometimes it just goes to 16:9 and I don't know why. It just goes there and, so be careful. That happened a couple of days ago. It just kept going to that other size. And I was like, why does it keep switching? So maybe it was just a glitch. So let's see. Now it's gonna obviously create that woman that I said in my brand, well, kind of my brand colors. So this is a digital drawing, as you can see, 100 plus spring captions to boost engagement. I mean, it did make, you see here below, it made a little bit of a mistake. You can actually download this image and then upload it to Canva and just cover this bottom part. Let's see this one. 100 plus spring captions to boost engagement, begincomparadise.com. That's all great. And 100 plus spring captions. Okay, it covered the to boost engagement, so I'm not gonna use this, but you could maybe fix it, maybe, but it would take too long. So let's see. And here is just an image. What you could do is, again, download the image, upload to Canva, and just put the title and your URL or logo, and that's it. So you see, this is the second time I've used this tool today, and I got only, I think, 2 images that are good. So yeah, sometimes I've noticed that if there's too much description, uh, it's just not good. It's not gonna do that, such good images. So let's try it out. If we take the colors out, and maybe, yeah, I think I'm just gonna take the colors out and generate again so we can see if that helps. So sometimes when there's too much information, too many details that AI has to generate, it's not gonna be good. I'm gonna also show you another thing. I know this video is getting a bit longer, but it is something that I just love using. So let's see, 100 plus spring captions to boost engagement. You can see that it's using actually different fonts, even though this is kind of hard to read, but the rest of it is something that people are gonna like. It used my URL 2 times, so what? I'm just gonna use it. Let's see, 100 plus spring captions to boost engagement. I think this one's also good. 100 plus spring captions to boost engagement. Okay. So you see, I just excluded one part and more images are actually coming out great. 100 plus spring captions to boost engagement. Everything is correct. Now let me show you the last part, which is basically I just use the title of my blog post basically and the URL and I get rid of the last part. But let's find another let's see. Let's say this one. I'm going to generate more images for another blog post and let's just put the title here. So 5 AI tools for social media content creation. Now watch this. This is so awesome. Like some of the images come out so good without any well, sometimes it includes like an image in the background, but sometimes it just creates a text that goes from top to bottom of the pin And it is so freaking amazing that I'm like, oh my God, I need to use this a little bit more. So let's see. You see, 5 AI tools for social media content creation. There's no like specific image in the background. And I think this, I mean, I'm still testing it out. I don't know if it works well on Pinterest because I just started testing it out. Um, but I have a feeling it's going to do well because it's different. It's not something that most people create. So, 5 AI tools for social media content creation. Again, another great one. And again, you get such different images, right? So, if you've been using Pinterest for some time, you know that all of your images have to be way different. If you create an image like this, let's say in Canva, and then you just change the colors, that's not going to be enough. Pinterest is going to just be like, oh, those are two of the same images. You just change the colors. That's not enough. So, yeah, 5 AI tools for social media content creation. Let's download this because it is freaking amazing. 5 AI tools for social media content creation. It is a little bit weird. And you see, it tried to create a laptop in the background, but I don't mind. Okay, so that's how you use Ideogram. Play around with it. You can use it for free each day. They give you 10 points. And before you go, I'm just going to show you. They have two models, 2.0 and 1.0, right? And I think 2.0 is creating really great text. If we go to 1.0, let's see, you have other stuff here. You can play around with it. I'm not going to do that, but let's just generate. I don't think it's going to be very good. And by the way, if you change the model, as you can see, this is 1.0 and it uses just 1 credit. But if you use 2.0, it uses 2 credits. However, I prefer 2.0. I want my images to be really great. You see, it made a mistake. 5 AI tools for social media content creation. It's way worse than the other one. 5 AI tools for social media content creation. Visit again, it made mistakes there. This is horrible. No. So basically, I can't use any of this because there's a mistake here. It's just a big no. So use the 2.0 if you want text on the images, and you get 10 points. So you're at least gonna create 5 generations of 4 pins. So that's 20 pins per day. So you can test it out. But I believe that if you really wanna, create more pins to get more traffic from Pinterest, get into the first level of this tool, which is, I think it's $8, and just go for it. Create as many pins as you can. Play around with it because this is my favorite tool because it's the best one that creates the best titles, except if you use the wrong model. So always use 2.0. So thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe because I'm going to show you even more AI tools and other stuff that I use and how I basically create blog posts, social media content, and everything else. I'm going to show you behind the scenes. So yeah, subscribe and see you in the next video.